Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Today's daf is daf Ayin Daled. We start from the Mishnah. We're up to Yayin Nesach, the second Mishnah on the Amid. Yayin Nesach shenofel abar kulei aser bahano. If you have Yayin Nesach that falls into a bar of Yayin Heter, kulei aser bahano. The ganze Zach is aser bahano. It's aser bekol shehu. Yayin beyayin min minay. Rabbi Shimon gamli loy meyim ke kulei loy vet kechavim. You could sell the whole pit, the whole cistern, to a guy. Deducting the amount that the yayin nesach is worth is valued at, and this way you don't have enough from the yayin nesach. Omar Rav, halacha kirashbag. The halacha is like Shim Gamliel. Only chavis bechavis. When a chavis of yayin nesach gets mixed up with a bunch of other chavis shel yayin heter, then you throw out that chavis, or you deduct the chavis, then you can do that. Lo yayin beyayin. Oh, Shmuel Omar afilu yayin beyayin. V'cheinu Rabbi Bachon Rabbi Yochanan afilu yayin beyayin. V'cheinu Shmuel Anos Mechanin afilu yayin beyayin. V'cheinu Rav Nachman Omar Bavu afilu yayin beyayin. Omar Rav Nachman halocha lemaisa yayin nesach yayin beyayin also like Rav. Yeah, Rav Hilchas Rav beSuri. Yeah, chavis bechavis mutar stam yayin. But if it's not yayin nesach mamash, if it's stam yayin, afilu yayin beyayin mutar. Then even yayin beyayin is mutar. Yeah, you can't say it's one. Nachon. That's much more difficult, and that's why yayin beyayin nesech mamash. That's also according to Rav. Okay, we start now the Mishnah on Ein Dal Ramad Beis. Gat shel even shezof so'ovet kechavim. If you have a wine press made out of stone and a guy plastered it, he smeared it with pitch, with tar. Ovet kechavim. So Mamela Rashi says, what's the problem with that? Rashi says, Urcha lemirme beichamra purta laburi kutter de zifta. That usually, because the fumes, it smelled so bad, masriach. Oh, so Mamela, they had no choice but to.
Today, it was so adamant about everything from petroleum.
Petroleum, yes.
Even plastic.
Yeah.
It's carcinogenic. There we used to with petroleum.
That's right. They used to see all these toxic chemicals.
They didn't care about it.
And so what do? They poured a little bit of wine, right? The guy would sprinkle a little bit of yayin nesech to take away the smell. Yeah, to dispel the fumes. So Zok the Heilige Mishnah, Mamish was just starting the top Mishnah, Ein Dal Ramad Beis, Gas shel even shezof so'ovet kechavim. You have a wine press that's made out of stone that a guy covered with tar, with pitch. So Rashi says, we just spoke out, Reb Shol, that they used to pour wine after they covered it with zephes. The guy poured the yayin nesech to dispel some of the fumes. The wine made the smell a little more tolerant. So the halach is, if you want to use that gas, so menagva v'hi tahira. How do you kasher it, so to speak? So menagva, the Gemara is going to explain. Rashi says, b'mayim ve'efer. You use a little ash, like soap and water, and you're good to go. Seder, machloikas, yeah. We'll see. V'shal eitz. And what about if the gas is made of eitz? Oh, Rabbi Yoel Yenagev Nigov helps. V'chachomam yiklef es hazefes. You peel away the outer layer of the zefes, and then you can use it. Why did Chachamim say that if it's shel eitz, you have to peel away the outer layer? The answer is because the zefes doesn't really stick to eitz as well as it does to even. And since it doesn't stick, you have to put a lot of zefes. And you put a lot of zefes, also, it doesn't, the yayin nesech gets belua in the zefes, in the crevices in the zefes, because it doesn't stick so well. So Mamela, Chachamim say, you have to peel away the outer layer. If it's shel cheres, after shekolaf zefes arizva asura, it doesn't even help to peel away the outer layer if it's made out of cheres, and that's ladivrei hakoil, and even beloy zefes. Yeah, the zefes, the cheres itself is beloy chamra. When we talk about menagva v'tahira by a gas shel even, it's only if you put on zefes. But if the guy trampled in the gas shel even and it wasn't zofos, he didn't put zefes on it, then you don't even need nigov. You don't even need the soap. All you need is adocha. That's the first lashon. רגע, זה לשון הבסרה, מה שאתה מדבר עליו. זה לקודם, the Gemara says, Ein Rashi, first Rashi in the Gemara, אבל דורח בה בשאין הזפוס, Rashi says. If you didn't put zefes, לא יבואי ניגוב אל האדוcha. That's Rav's Chiddush. That when do you need niguv? Niguv is a much stronger form of a wash. That's only bezefet. But if there's no zefes, then all you got to do is hadacha, which is a rinse. Okay, that's what Rava says. The Gemara says.
I don't know if you got to it. I don't know if it's in Adam Farshim, but we learn here and here. I learned it here.
Okay.
One of the Adam Farshim, that actually etz does not. It's enough that you can etz by itself. It's enough you can just wipe it.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be.
We're talking about sharing
casks. Yeah, sherry casks. Yeah. Right.
What does darach balay mean?
Different sherry casks that sits there for years. It gets it's different. Yeah, the Gemara's gonna.
What does darach balay mean?
Avodah Zarah means if the guy trampled into you just basically squeezed the grapes out in it, but there was no zephyrs. There's no zephyrs.
He didn't actually. What is that? Like tar it?
Darach means that he with his feet he stomped on it. Yeah.
And zifsa is what?
Zifsa means that he did it. He also was darach ba. Darach ba means darach ba alone without having zephyrs in it. Like the guy didn't put zephyrs first. He just darach ba without zephyrs.
Zephyrs is what?
Zephyrs is the pitch that you plaster inside the wine press to make it more smooth, to cover up the crevices. Yeah.
I saw pictures of
the ancient gas. Yeah.
There's no zephyr.
There's no zephyrs. Okay. That's so that's what I was talking about. When there's no zephyrs, just darach ba. Loy, then you don't even need niguv and the hadach is in
the actual wine press means
in the actual wine press. Yes. So when it's pshita, it's pashut. When the Mishnah says you need niguv zafsa tanan, it says only if the guy covered it with tar. So when it says ma'arutem huwa denafilo darach ba, I would have thought that no, the Mishnah is talking even if it's darach ba, you also need niguv. So why did the Mishnah specify zafsa or chadamusik? That's usually how they do the wine presses. Kamash Malan, $1 with base Pesach. Ikka de Amri came just in time for the Ikka de Amri, which is like 8 lines from the top. Ikka de Amri, Omar Rov Dafka Zafsa. Only if you are Zafsa, that's when Nigov helps. Avol Dorach Ba, Rashi says now this second Lashon Ikka de Amri, Dorach Ba is going Begas Mazufefes. If you were Dorach, plus you had Zephas in there, yeah, then loisagi la benigov. Then it's not enough. Benigov, it's not enough. It's not enough. What does Rashi say? You need kiluf also. You need to wipe away. You need to peel away the outer layer. So the Gemara says, pshita zafsa tanan. The Mishnah says only zafsa a nigov is enough. Gemara says ma'aretem what in the filadorach ba. No, maybe I would have thought even if you dorach ba after zafas. Vaydik tan zafsa urch de milsik tani kamash malan. It doesn't help to do a nigov if you did if you did both. If you did the zephes and then you also stamped into the wine press, he stamped the grapes in the wine press.
Welcome.
Thank you. Usually in Gemara it's kamashlan, it's kamashlan. Here it goes kamashlan dafka.
It doubles down. Okay, a good Rebbe Chavi. We're up to Ayin with Beis.
Okay.
Kahuda soy lekamed Reb Chia. Bring a raya. Like the guy came in front of Reb Chia. Amle havli gaver the dochle matzartoi. So Reb Chia, by the way, was from the last Tanoim, right? He was the Talmud of Reb Yehuda Nasi who compiled the Mishnayos. Reb Chia had a nephew. You know his famous nephew was? His nephew twice. Very interesting. Okay, the Gemara Pesachim talks about it. He had a nephew. His name was Rav. Rav was Reb Chia's nephew. Yeah? He was nephew from his mother and his father. Ivoy. I got into the story. I don't remember exactly the... Yeah. But anyway, here we're talking about a fellow came to Reb Chia with the following shaila. He says, Havli Gavra, can you send me a Talmud Chacham in your bris medrash, the Dochel Matzartoi, who can kasher my wine press. I just bought a wine press from a guy. I want to kasher it before I start using it. Amalei Rav. So he said to his nephew Rav, Zil Bahadei, go join him and kasher the wine press. V'chazi, but be careful. make sure that he doesn't yell at me in the besmedrash, doesn't come back yelling at me because you caused him a hefsid.
Do a good job.
Go do a good job. So Rav came to the wine press and he saw it was very smooth. Yeah, it was mamish, covered and plastered with whatever it was, the zephas, the pitch, and it was really smooth inside. There was no crevices. And nowhere was the yayin nesech that David Chavim probably sprinkled the wine press with after he put the pitch. It wasn't able to get trapped in any of the crevices. It was mamish smooth. Omar, havada b'nigav sagila. All you got to do is rinse it and wash it with soap, and you're good to go. When Rav turned around to leave, what did he see? He took one last look and he saw there was a crevice in the wine press and it was stuck, some yayin nesach in there. So right away, no, you can't get away with just a quick rinse. You have to peel away a layer from the wine press in order to be able to use it.
The entire inside of the
the entire. And this is what his uncle, he says, now I understand, Reb Chia, the Vaita cook for the Reb Chia, he said, be careful, make sure that you're not going to cause him a hefsid. What's the hefsid? The hefsid would have been, had he not noticed that crevice, and he only would have found it afterward, then whatever kosher wine he would have pressed there, would have had to throw out, and they would have had a tremendous hefsid.
How does this support Rava? He says here it supports Rava.
Right, because Rava says that if there are crevices in the whatchamacallit,
The first word on the wine.
I'm looking here, so I don't know. There's anybody telling abundant.
איך זה מוכיח את רבא? שרבא אומר שזה לא מספיק לנגב. בגד שדרכו בה ומזופתת,
But how does that
צריך
show that?
לקלף.
How does that show that it was darchuba? Meaning how
because there was wine trapped. The only way you can have wine trapped in a gazefes, it's not clear in the Gemara that it was darchba. You're right. That the guy was darchba, but the fact that it has wine trapped in it, and darchba is a way where wine gets trapped in a gashel zefes. And therefore you needed kiluf. Okay, Ton Rabbanon. We're up to Ton Rabbanon.
Yeah.
Two words from the end of the line, literally in the middle of the Yamid. Ein Dal Ramad Beis. Ton Rabbanon. Hagas v'hamachatz v'hamashpech. Here we're talking about klicheres, all the tools you need to make wine. I opened a bottle of wine tonight, and I gave it one sniff. I guess it must have been sitting underneath my sink for a couple of years already. And it went down the drain. Opened another bottle of wine. It was kacha. But either way, you Hagas v'hamachatz. I can't tell you the company. Hagas v'hamachatz. Huh?
Sitting up straight or on the side?
No, it was sitting up straight.
No, it was on the side.
Standing.
But that-
Hagas v'hamachatz
If it's
v'hamashpech.
on
You
the
have
side, the moisture from the wine expands the cork.
okay. That's good to know.
If it's standing up straight, then air can get in and the wine can spoil.
Shkoyach, I'll try to remember that. Toner Rabbanon. Hagas v'hamachatz v'hamashpech. If you have tools of cheres that you use to make wine. A gas is basically the wine press itself, but it doesn't mean over here literally the wine press itself. It means something that you're taking out something. The wine press itself, I don't think it means what I see in the Rishonim. It doesn't mean the wine press itself over here. Okay, whatever it is, and a machatz is a pitcher or a ladle, v'hamashpech is a funnel. How do you kasher to be able to use it to make kosher wine? If a guy used it, so nigov is enough. Chacham say no, nigov is not enough when you come to klicheres. If you're talking about kankanim, which you store it long term, right? It's meant for storage. Then it's aser. Or ma hefresh bezel lazeh. It's all cheres over here. Zeh machnisa lekiyim. When you're using it for storage, then avada becomes balua a lot stronger, right? It becomes absorbed by sitting in it for so long. There everybody agrees. Rabbi also agrees that it's usr. It's not enough benigov. The way he agrees with the tools that you use, like quickly as you're ladling out some of the wine or stam the funneling. That's enough benigov. Rabbi, this is not because it's meant for kiyum. The Brisa says, what about shel eitz v'shel even? Up until now in the Brisa we're talking about cheres. What about eitz and even, wood and stone? Yenagev. Here everybody holds it's enough with a nigov, right? Eitz and even it doesn't absorb like cheres, so nigov is enough. And if it was mezupafin, Harei elu asurin, that's also asur until you do kiluf, until you peel away a layer. Vatnan asks the Gemara Kasha from our Mishnah. This brisa doesn't jive with our Mishnah. Why? Because our Mishnah says Gashal Even Shazvasat Chav Menagva V'Tahira. That anything made out of Even, even though it has Zefes, all you need is Nigov, and over here you say Nikilov. Oh. Steht in the Gemara Masnissen de Loy Darach Ba. The Mishnah is when it's Loy Darach Ba. That's why Nigov is enough. Brisa the Darach Ba. He already Darach Ba. Memela, once he used it, it could be the yain went into the crevices, right? The Dericha, when you stamp on it, you're pressuring the wine to go into the kalim, and that's worse. Omar Marzuk Deli Gemara, Nacha Brisa, the Brisa we just mentioned, Agad Zamachat Zamashpech. If they're all made from Cheres, from a goy, Rebbe Matir Benigu V'Chom Moisrim. Asks the Gemara from that part of the Brisa. And we learned in the Mishnah, Shal Cheres, Afal Pishe Kol Afas Azefes Arezu Asura. If it's made out of Cheres, Afal Pishe Kol Afas. So the Mishnah says, even Cheres, the Mishnah says, is always Asr. Even if you were Mekalafit, even if you peeled away a layer, right? You peeled away a layer, it's Asr. So how does the Mishnah jive with Rebbe? Right? Rebbe says Niguv is enough in such a case. Why does the Mishnah say if it's Cheres, even Kilov doesn't help? Right? Amarava, you're right. The Rebbe argues in our Mishnah. Sefer the Masnisin. Our Mishnah doesn't go like Rebbe. Asin l'Rabbana. The Rabbanan argue on that. The Rabbanan say that it doesn't help. You can never use it. So Mamela, this can be like the Rabbanan.
How did the Rebbe talk about Cheres in the Brisa?
Say what?
How did the Rebbe talk about Cheres?
Okay, so that's a given. I'm not sure. It doesn't say Cheres, but because the Sefer says Shal Eitz V'Shal Even, from the contrast, we assume that the ratio is Cheres. Huh? It doesn't say, Tzvi's asking, it doesn't say clearly, Agaz Zamach Zamashvich Shal Cheres, does it? It doesn't say Shal Cheres. But from the fact that in the Sefer, we're Mavdo, we contrast, we say Shal Eitz V'Shal Even, then that's so it implies, yeah. I think that Rashi did have a girsa of Shalcheres. If you look at Rashi's the Ramaschal, Omamar Gaza Machatz V'Mashpech Shalcheres. It sounds like Rashi had that girsa of Shalcheres. But either way, yeah, it's Shalcheres. Yeah, it could be Rashi had that girsa. But yeah, Dorash Rova. Rova says Rova Darshand. What's the difference? Dorash Rova and Omar Rova. Dorash Rova. Rova Gedarshand. Maybe he was darshaning by the Yarchikala. He got up and gave a drasha. No, sometimes that's how it was. Nava artachu. If you want to be machshir a gas, nava. What's the word nava?
Wash it with hot water.
Yeah, you know what the word nava is? What does nava mean? I never heard such a word. A tank. Rashi says nava kamo yetufa navoye bechamar. Okay, some similarity in Tanakh. But either way. It's okay. It's Aramaic for a Yaakov or a Gas. Okay. By the way, you'll see over here. By the way, you notice how Rava is the Mord the Shmeitz over here. Rava, see over here. My Rava Sefer the Basin. Dorash Rava Kava B'Shad Golf. You'll see. Rava was a wine merchant. Don't forget. Rava dealt with wine. So he was the Mord the Shmeitz when it came to Yain. Dorash Rava Nava Artachu. He says, how do you kasher a gas? You should boil it. You should boil hot water and pour hot water onto the gas to extract the blias from the gas. If you take a look at Tosfos over here, Dorash Rava Nava Artachu, Tosfos has a whole Masechtas Shabbos sugya whether Iroi mikli rishon is kekli rishon or klisheni. Because Rava says all you have to do is pour hot water down the gas. But if Iroi is not kekli rishon, how's it going to help? Right? Because you need a kli rishon to extract all the blias from the gas itself. So Zok Tosfos Omer Rabbeinu Tam the Iroi kekli rishon. Mikan Omer Rabbeinu Tam. This is one of the rayas, one of the sugis in Shas that prove that an Iroi kli rishon is kekli rishon.
הדרך להעשיר זה הדרך זה לא הדרך, כי זה קר, הגת הוא קר.
So why does Rava require?
אני לא אכפת אם יש לזה עיר או שני.
Yeah.
זה מים רותחים.
Yeah.
כי זה נכנס בקר.
Yeah.
אם זה היה חם, הייתי מבין.
It's true. You're right. That's a big difference, and that's why maybe Iroi helps, even if it's not Kekli Rishon. That's a very good. Yeah. Yeah, that's the Rashbam. The Rashbam says Rabbeinu Tam Zera is not a raya, exactly like you're saying, because over here you're Tashmisha B'tzainen. Yeah, the Tashmisha B'tzainen, so that's why you can rely on Iroi, even though it's not Kekli Rishon. Very good, excellent. Okay, Zug da Heilige Gemurah. We're up to 7 lines on the bottom. Rova. Yeah? A new story. Rova. Ki have Meshader Gulfei Laharpanya. When Rava would send the jugs, empty jugs, to a place called Arpanya, and he would use a goy, right? The Uber driver was a goy, and he would be the delivery man. Sochif luhu apumayu. What he did was, he took the jugs, he turned it upside down, put it in a sack.
Yeah.
So now, and he tied the top of the sack, which was closest to the bottom of the jug, right? The jug was upside down.
Right.
The lip of the sack was like this, and he tied it.
The opening was on the bottom.
According to according to Rashi, that's called chosim b'tei chosim. The fact that he turned it upside down and then he tied it, so she knew that's chosim b'tei chosim, and the v'chosim lo abirtzayu, and he tied it on top. K'sover called dovish machlis lakiyim. Even a keli that's usually used lakiyim for storage, and this guy is just transporting it from one place to the other, which is just a day, whatever how long it takes. It's not for a long time. Afil if Isha goes through Beit Rabbanon. Rabbanon said that if you leave that with a guy, even for a short period of time, and the keli is the type of keli that you use it only for long periods of time, still we're choishish that the guy is going to use it with yain nesach, and therefore you need a choisem, but a choisem, and Rava was makbid.
Okay, right.
Rava was makbid to send it in such a way.
So in other words,
Now the Gemara goes back.
If the kli was upside down and it was
Correct. That was good.
Right. Okay.
Says the Gemara. We're up to 4 lines in the bottom.
Trying to help. Why is that upside down?
I guess it's more of a pain, like for the guy to take it out. It's more of a.
Right.
It's more of a It's not so simple. The Rishonim that's a chaysim and a chaysim. All the Rishonim argue on Rashi. I'm just quoting Rashi, but the Rishonim say, how's that a? Rabbi is bothered. How's that a chaysim and a chaysim? Yeah, how's that? No, it's difficult to understand. Yeah, it's difficult to understand. How's that chaysim and a chaysim?
There's 2 mice. One, it's upside down. Number 2, it's tied.
Yeah, but how's that a protection? Rabbi wants to know. Like the knot is a protection from the guy using it, right? So you use it like you tie it. But the fact that it's upside down, we just take it out.
But that actually might be a simon. The upside down might be a simon.
It's a Maisa Mitzad Yisrael, but is it a Maisa Hamoila? Is it a Maisa that actually helps or prevents the guy? Is it an extra precautionary measure to prevent the guy from? Weiß ich nicht.
There's a similar situation like Boston and Solomon Aya.
Okay.
They have over there also,
They have double wrapped.
a hecker,
Yeah.
a double hecker.
Oh, so you're saying a hecker is enough? That's what it is.
Yeah, that's a parallel situation.
That's why.
That's what it is. It's Matan
what
Hecker.
hecker,
Oh, okay, very good. Okay. Zut Gemara weiter. Remember Nagva, 4 lines in the bottom. The Mishnah said that if you have an gas shel even, right, that the goy covered with pitch, with tar, all you got to do is be menagavit and it's tahira. Right? The problem was Rashi said because he sprinkles some yain nesach to combat the fumes, to try to fight the fumes. So here you have to just be menagavit. So the Gemara